Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, interesting topic for this evening during live stream. What is the best DPS weapon, best DPS classes in Throne and Liberty? We are just talking about this topic during live stream. As you can see, I'm already here in the game, playing this game on servers in Korea. If you are interested into Throne and Liberty, join me on Twitch every evening. I'm live streaming here right on servers in Korea, playing the game on servers in Korea, basically since the release of this game, that was on December 7, 2023, every single day. And also check my YouTube channel. I already have about 300 videos regarding Throne and Liberty, guides for new players, news, updates, and I'm preparing lots of guides for open beta and also for global release of this game. But for this evening, interesting topic during this live stream, best tier of weapons regarding DPS. What would be the best classes, weapons, best weapon combination in this game to get maximum DPS output? Actually, situation is pretty simple. Much more simple than usually in many other MMORPGs. Probably you know that if you're following my YouTube channel, this game doesn't have any classes. Basically, you're deciding a role of your character by picking combination of two different weapons. And for this evening, I will reveal to you which combination of weapons, which class have best DPS output without any doubt. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of Throne and Liberty videos in the future. So let's make this simple. Let's get straight to the point here. Let's open here this part of, let's go here. So best DPS classes and weapons. Let's do this. And before I do that, I need to move away from here, otherwise I will die. So let's run first. Where is my party? Okay, let's go here. So I need to climb here up so I can peacefully show you what is currently happening regarding best DPS classes and weapons in this game. You'll see it's actually a pretty interesting situation, and I will explain why in a second. You can see here I'm currently in Saurodoma Island on one of my characters farming here yellow quests. Let's go back on this part of the user interface. So best DPS classes and weapons. We have here S tier. And we have here all other tiers. Let's put it like S tier. What would be the best DPS weapon and classes of Throne and Liberty? Any weapon simple as that. All other tiers yeah, it's looking like this. So what is happening here? What is happening? So, like I said, you're deciding a role of your character depending on combination of two weapons. If you're a new player to this game, this means, for example, I can show you here on this part of the user interface, you can choose between lots of beautiful weapons in this game. We have here greatsword, sword and shield, dagger, crossbow, longbow, staff, and wand. That means, for example, if you want to be tanked, you can use sword and a shield in combination with dagger or greatsword. If you want to be a long-range DPS, you can use a longbow with combination, for example, with dagger. If you want to be healer, you can use a wand in combination with staff, etc. Right, now, what is the best DPS combination of weapons, best DPS class? Sadly, currently in the game, right now at this moment in time on servers in Korea and for open beta, we have this situation. However, for global release of this game, we might have this situation changed. I will explain why in a second. First, why did I say here, why did I write S tier regarding DPS? Any weapon combined with dagger, almost any weapon combined with dagger. It's pretty simple. Dagger as a weapon is offering to you regarding passive skills huge buff in critical damage and boosting damage overall. And also regarding active skills, I can show you here on this part of the user interface, for example, regarding Dagger, passive skills of the Dagger. These skills of the Dagger are highly increasing your critical damage and damage overall. Basically, no matter which other weapon you are using as a main weapon. But it's not only about passive skills of the Dagger. They're really incredible. Check this here. Passive skills of the Dagger. On defeating the target, the move speed 12% up for 6 seconds. What do we have here? Magic, melee, and range critical hit 80 up. That's what we have here. Poison duration. Poison is very specific skill for the Dagger. 33% up during the day. Poison damage 33% during at night. That will be interesting to use poison skill. I'll talk about that later in a second. After using mobility on movement skill, magic and ranged evasion increased by 420 for 6 seconds. Against targets you have poisoned. Magic, melee, and range critical hit 222 up, which is going later when you upgrade this skill from level 1 to level 5 up to 326. Huge increase in critical damage. On evading has 10% chance to apply camouflage cloak, cooldown 9%, and we have here critical damage 13% up. When you level up this skill to level 5, 18% up. But it's not only about amazing passive skills of the Dagger as a secondary weapon. We are talking here also about lots of very interesting, very good active skills. And some of the best skills you can use in PvP, especially camouflage as one real assassin. I mean, you'll not be assassin exactly if you are using Dagger as your secondary weapon. You can use your main weapon, sword and shield, for example. You will not be assassin, but you will still have this skill, right? Camouflage cloak, invisibility. You will have this skill, shadow strike. This is ambush, basically an ambush. You're jumping behind the target and dealing damage. This skill here, inject venom, poison, many other interesting skills, right? Which will provide for you boosting damage overall. So, which is the highest DPS weapon combination in the game currently? Any weapon, any main weapon combined with Dagger. When I'm thinking now about different combinations, for example, this combination here, I'm currently playing on crossbow Dagger, even that this character is not geared and everything. This is crossbow Dagger. Insane. Just insane boost in damage. Very high damage output combination. Another combination, greatsword Dagger. I have seen people doing miracles with greatsword Dagger. Let's go further. A longbow Dagger. Wow, impressive. Sword and shield Dagger would be a little bit some kind of away tank kind of combination. Sword and shield would be your main weapon. Nevertheless, Dagger as your secondary will highly increase your output in damage. So any combination of weapons where your secondary weapon will be Dagger. All other tiers, well, basically any other combination of weapon without Dagger. So if you use, for example, there are many good, very good other combination of weapons. For example, you can play staff a longbow. Why not? Very nice long range DPS combination of weapons, but it will lack DPS just because of one reason. There is no Dagger in that combination. On the other side, you can play another amazing combination which many players are playing in this game. Sword and shield greatsword. That would be one more tank combination. Or you can go even paladin, sword and shield wand. That would be paladin combination. You will lack damage. Again, why? No Dagger. There are many beautiful combination of weapons which you can play in this game. Nevertheless, right now, at this point in time, on servers in Korea, and also for open beta probably, you'll get some of these patches which we have currently on servers in Korea. This is situation regarding best DPS classes and weapons in Throne and Liberty. It's pretty simple. Use some main weapon, whatever you like to play, maybe some kind of more tank combination, sword and shield, maybe some more long range combination with a longbow or maybe with staff, but use Dagger as your secondary weapon and your DPS will be amazing. Other than that, you need to decide what kind of gameplay style do you like more. Do you want to be some kind of melee DPS? That means, for example, greatsword Dagger. Do you want to be range DPS, staff Dagger or longbow Dagger? Some kind of medium DPS with crossbow Dagger. Currently, crossbow Dagger is feeling very powerful. Currently, crossbow Dagger feels amazing, but like I said, anything with Dagger will go. Now, this is current situation in the game, but during summer, this summer of 2024 before global release of Throne and Liberty. During summer in Korea, we are getting two big updates. One during August, one during July. Within these updates, we are getting new region, new level cap, many interesting in-game features. We are getting new open world dungeons, new arc bosses, many interesting things. We are also getting big changes to skills of Throne and Liberty. We are getting gems, we are getting artifact system, we are getting different kind of effects on your skills. They are changing skill system a lot. Now, does that mean that Dagger could get nerfed? And also these changes regarding skill system, will that have influence regarding best DPS classes and weapons? Probably yes. Probably I'll need to make another video, new video for global release of Throne and Liberty, where we will not have this situation currently what I have right on this table, right? Regarding best DPS classes and weapons in Throne and Liberty, but currently it is what it is. Dagger, they did nerf, I remember maybe a few weeks back, maybe even a little bit longer. They're still switching balance between weapons over there on servers in Korea. NCSoft is implementing many changes on different kind of weapons. They're trying to adjust the balance. But Dagger, as a secondary weapon, I can explain why. Because of their passive abilities, and not only passive abilities, also active abilities, is so much powerful currently that it will boost your primary weapon if you have main agenda, main focus that you are going to play DPS, that basically Dagger is a must. I mean, you can play, like I said, you can play staff, longbow if you want. You can play any other combination of weapons which you want. Sword and shield, greatsword, also looking very powerful, very nice, right? Nevertheless, currently Dagger will boost your weapon damage, crit damage and damage overall very highly, and also for PvP, especially for PvP regarding hide, regarding ambush, regarding poison skill, it will be very useful weapon. Now you're fully updated, now you know everything what you need to know regarding best DPS classes and weapons of Throne and Liberty. Right now, at this moment in time, like I said, when situation will change in the future, probably it will, before global release, after I see new updates implemented on servers in Korea during this summer, I'll make new videos regarding this topic, but for now, it is what it is. You want to play with Dagger as your secondary weapon. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another Throne and Liberty video.